nothing better than being with you. These days they're driving me wild. I can't get you out of my head. Got an addiction to your ways, baby. There's nothing better than the days we share. Oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you, and oh, I feel good, and oh, there's nothing better than being with you. Oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you, and oh, I feel good, and oh, there's nothing better than being with you. I'm taking it all in, baby. It's dangerous staying closer to you. You give me something to think on, baby. There's nothing better than being with you. These days they're driving me wild. You're on my mind, maybe it's for the best. Got an addiction to your ways, baby. There's nothing better than the days we share. Oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you, and oh, I feel good, and oh, there's nothing better than being with you. Oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you, and oh, I feel good, and oh, I feel it, and oh, I feel the loving from you, and oh, I feel good, and oh, there's nothing better than being with you.
4 a.m. putting on my shoes. Gotta get outside, gotta leave this room. There's just too many things that remind me of you. The empty streets light up a neon sign. Always give me some peace of mind, but they don't seem to work tonight. You said you need time to give it some rest. It would be alright, but now our time is up. All we built those years, the mistakes we've made, the lessons we've learned, can't just be in vain. No, I don't want us to become
Hello everyone and welcome to another Flamish Experience. Today we are a little bit short so far. I do see already Masuka in chat. Hi, and we have calirex on the show as a guest. How you doing, man?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. And Kelly, what are you doing this week?
Well,
What are you playing? Tell us. How was your week?
this week I'm actually I have been playing some Warframe, preparing for the new update that they're going to have for the game. They're going to be releasing a new major quest.
Okay, tell us more.
Well, basically, this quest is going to be the final. It's practically been the buildup of what they've been building up for from the past few, like I want to say, big three quest lines that they had. And after this, they're going to be mostly focusing on that new game that they're developing, Soulframe. I don't know if you heard of it.
A little bit, not too much actually. No, not really.
Well, basically, it's supposed to be another type of Dark Souls type of game, and knowing how their combat is in Warframe, I know it's going to be a really good combat experience because the melee is just really fun in Warframe.
Thinking maybe I've seen it. Um, I think I've seen it. I'm just not 100% sure. I could pull it up though. Like, hold on, give me a second, right? I always do this during the show. If I don't know something, I need to search something up. I'll just look it up immediately on the show while everybody's watching. So let's
That's
see.
always fair.
Warframe.
At least for new people, they can see it too.
Warframe. What was it? Dark Souls,
Oh no,
right? Dark Souls.
it's not. It's not Warframe. It's just Soulframe.
Soulframe. Okay, right after that Souls thing. So this is Soulframe.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Let's see some gameplay.
There's no real gameplay yet, but you do get to see the in-engine stuff that they made.
5 minutes. Ooh. I thought there was.
There is a little segment that looks like gameplay. I forgot what mark or time it starts. I think it's a little bit around there.
Pitched sweet and solemn.
Let me see, like here. Oh damn!
Yeah.
Graphics look cool, man.
Yeah, the Warframe developers are really good graphics-wise too. I mean,
Yeah.
Warframe is a powerhouse in graphics, especially for a free-to-play game.
Okay. Ah, this looks like gameplay somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, you see right here, the sword combat here. I know from their sword combat in Warframe that it's gonna be fun.
No. Okay, okay. I dig this. I just puts the souls. No, I would take the sword with me. What are you doing? It's loot. No, you don't leave loot behind. Come on. Is that a giant wolf?
Yep. And you'll get to ride it.
You know what I say about that? Oh, okay. The screen is not working. Whoops! I'll go back to the other one. Why is my webcam not working? That's just weird. Okay. Okay. Probably gonna be like, hey, you helped me. Like sniff sniff. Join us with Soulframe, the experience of a lifetime that will kill your soul.
Yeah. So basically, the new story quest that they're going to be releasing for Warframe on the 26th. After that, the developers are going to be like mostly hands-on on this new game that they're making.
Okay. Well, looks interesting. I mean, did they? Man, I don't like Souls type games, right? Like
Blasphemy.
Bloodborne and Blasphemy. Dude, I'm playing through Dead Island 2 at the moment, and there's no difficulty slider. I cannot choose easy mode, so I
There's no
die
difficulty
so
slider?
many times. There's no difficulty in that game.
Oh crap!
So I'm playing on the setting that basically kills me over and over. I'm brutally murdered every single time, and every time I fall down and I'm dead, I see the zombies eating my corpse. Very funny, thank you. But no, not so fun. Yeah, that game is amazing though. That's what I'm playing. Yeah, that game. Oh my God, Soulsframe. Okay, I'm gonna look more into it. I'm interested a little bit. I will try it out, but probably not play for long.
The developers are always clear on what they make. They'll always do like developer streams talking about the game too.
Mhm.
So I'll update you too if you need more information.
Yeah, if you have some more information, let me know. Hey, Thunder! He's one of my guys on Twitch. He's one of my subscribers over there. Hi, man. How you doing? Oh, buh. Oh. Yeah. Besides that, guys, you know, if you have any questions, just tell us. Right? We're just gonna keep talking right now. Just done
I,
eating.
I did gotta ask you now since you're playing Dead Island.
Okay.
How's the comedy in the game? I heard it's very funny from reviewers.
The comedy. I haven't seen too much comedy, but all the comedy I've seen is just funny. Yeah, this funny. The quips are funny. The combat is brutal. You literally use brass knuckles and you smash heads in. You punch jaws, literally like not of the character, but that he hangs by like a thread. Like you can't really punch the jaw off completely. I think that's sad. I think the jaw should be like punchable, that it's off the character. But it is funny, like if you break both arms of a zombie, they headbutt you.
They just don't use their arms. They
They
just
don't use their arms. No, they have no arms. There's like little sticks right, left, right, and then there's like duh. But then some zombies don't have a jaw or have that little thing hanging, and they're like, "How you gonna bite me? How are you gonna bite me and eat my flesh when you don't even have a jaw anymore?" It's like, okay,
headbutt.
headbutt.
Now,
But no,
does it play anything like Dying Light at all? Because I know Dying Light 1, or the developers
no,
behind that
no,
made the original.
no, no. This is way more arcadic.
Okay.
I could actually show you some gameplay from my channel. I could do that while we're talking. Like maybe I'll just put it down in the small window, right? Give me one moment. I'll see if I can find like the thing I was doing, or maybe I can't because it's not there. Let me see, right? Nope. All videos. Nope. Okay, it's not there. My vaults are not available. Thank you, copyright. Meet Larry. He likes boxes. Say hi to Larry. Is that Larry the cat? I don't know Larry the cat. Must meet Larry the cat sometimes.
Who's Larry the cat?
I have no idea. Thunder, who's Larry the cat? We need to know. Say hi to Larry. Yeah.
This
Larry
is some serious life questions right here.
Yeah, some serious questions. Oh man. So I need to talk about something, Kali. So I actually went to sort of, and this is gonna go into a thing that we just discussed before the show, which I actually is sort of an announcement. So guys, I have to talk about something, and then we'll just go into more of the gaming talk and stuff. But I'm moving over to Twitch. Everything, the whole channel. Flamish will be gone from YouTube. I'm not gonna close the channel completely. I'm just not gonna use it anymore. I'm gonna do everything on Twitch. Why? Because I feel like Twitch is the platform I want to be on. I can do way more on Twitch than I can do on YouTube. It's not gonna change for you guys. Like if you're here or there chatting with me, I'm just have more interactivity. I have my emotes over there. I have you can even earn those emotes without paying a dime. Like you don't even need to pay for anything. There are sounds over there. I can do wheel. I have so many things I can do over on Twitch that I can't do on YouTube. YouTube is restrictive in that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can find me over on Twitch on Flamish Boy. I'll actually drop a link right now if you want. Yeah, I'm playing every single week on Twitch for 4 days. 4 days. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday. So, yeah, I'm gonna move everything over, and the VODs from the podcast, which is this one, and will also be in Dutch podcast soon as well. I'll be doing that as a VOD over on 4GQ TV because I'm working more with them together. So it's gonna be cool. But yeah, I'm sorry for everyone that is watching this. I will make a separate video for YouTube for saying that, but we'll see. So Kali, besides Warframe, are you playing something else? Are you playing something that's exciting? Are you waiting for some games or?
Well, I like I told you before, I am playing Empire at War. I mean, right now, but the one game, two games I'm mostly hyped for this year are Final Fantasy 16 and
Oh yes.
that new Star Wars game too. That's coming
Yeah,
out this
that's
month.
this Friday.
Yep.
There's only a few days left. And we're so
I
excited.
know.
I know. Any
I'm still haven't decided if I want it on my PC or my PS5.
Oh, you haven't decided yet? What? It's always
Well,
cheaper
the reason
on
I don't
PC,
want, the reason I
Kali.
don't know if I want it on my PC is because my graphics card is practically the minimum specs, so I won't be getting the best experience.
Do
But
you have a 4K television?
yes, I do.
Play it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Simple answer. If you have a 4K TV and you have a 1080p screen, why play it on 1080p?
Well, I want it for the frames.
You want it for the frames, but the frames, like you're gonna have 60 frames on PlayStation 5, I think, right? Is the game 60 frames? I'm not sure. Like
It should be.
Star
Unless they pull it where it's going to be only 30 FPS.
Yeah, 60 FPS or 30. 2K 60 FPS. There you go, buddy. It's gonna be 60 FPS. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna have to pre-order a physical copy then.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. But yeah, you're getting physical, not digital?
I prefer physical better when it comes to like franchises I love. And Star Wars is one of those franchises I just like collecting physical stuff for.
Oh, the man, the legend.
The myth.
Yeah, the legend who may have to take a break in a minute because he's having stomach issues. But I'm here, so.
I do, man. Oh, I heard.
Hey, Callie.
Subscribe.
Hello.
I heard
Let's talk to
someone
you again,
following
Paul.
me over on Twitch. Hi, Misuko. Thanks for the follow. No. So, Paul, how you doing, man?
Okay, I mean, I'm here. Let's see. So, what have I been doing? I know you're gonna ask me that.
You already knows what's going on, people.
I played South Park Fractured Butthole. Finished the main storyline. Got some cleanup work to do in that. Took me a couple of days. Pretty cool game. I like it better than the first one actually because they actually added accessibility for this game. So it made some of the puzzles a lot of the timing related puzzles easier to get through. In fact, it basically hold down the right bumper button and it just does it for you. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that allowed me to get through with the story and have fun. So there you go. Been doing that. Of course, I started that Sherlock Holmes game that came out last week. I got to get back to it. Let's see. I did try. Yeah, Flamish is gonna like this. I did try Dead Island 2. I was enjoying it until I got to the bride, and then I couldn't beat the bride, so I was like, okay, screw this. And there's no accessibility, and there's no way to lower the difficulty. So yeah, so I think I'm done with that game. So sadly, because I was enjoying it. But I don't know if doing it with another person or other people will make it easier, or if it will ramp up the difficulty if there's more people in there. So
I just played with Redpool just a little bit, Paul, and I
yeah.
got the feeling got easier because you're both playing, but I didn't get the feeling that the monsters were scaling
So
higher.
what happens if one of you dies while you're does
Well,
it stop for
we
everybody?
didn't.
Well, see, there you go. Well, that's not going to happen with me. Yeah,
Well,
I can
I will have
guarantee
to
you.
test that out, Paul. We should test that out then,
Yeah.
or something.
Yep.
We could do that together. Like
y- y-
I wanted to
Yep.
play more with Redpool, but at a certain point I got just kicked out and I couldn't join again. He also seemed to have a little bit issues with his internet because I saw like the icon on the bottom of his corner. He's
Ah.
still playing the game over on YouTube, guys. So if you want to see some more gameplay of that, you can watch that over there. Not saying to go right now, right, while the show is going on, or you can watch me later. I mean, the show is going on later as well, so it's gonna be fine. But yeah, um, I do have to do more testing with someone about that. I do. The game is so hard, though. The game is really hard. Even I have problems with it, and I hate hard games. I hate dying a lot, and I can't. There's no difficulty, like you said, Paul. It's annoying.
Nope.
It's annoying.
Yep.
Yeah. Besides that, anything else, Paul? Anything else to share with
Not
the people?
really. No. No. No.
No.
Nothing I
Okay.
want to hear anyway. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Life is life.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Thunder, you didn't miss much. Um, and like I said before, I will say it again one more time. I will do the rest after the show against the people that are new here. I will switch everything over to Twitch. Like my YouTube will be not having new content. Basically, everything I create will be on 4GQ TV or on Twitch from now on. But all my podcasts are going to be on Twitch. The VODs will be over on 4GQ TV. But
It's gonna be interesting
this
to do the podcasting on Twitch because usually, Twitch is more for it seems more for gaming than it is for podcasting.
that's the thing, Paul, and that's why I'm actually saying this. I went to a workshop yesterday off Twitch, right? I had like some content creators. I met some, um, and apparently Twitch is like 97% gaming, right? But
Right.
they do wanna also touch other areas, right? And podcasting is one of them.
Ah.
And apparently podcasting on Twitch is really interesting, right? But I also have a lot more features on Twitch than I have on YouTube. To get
Well, that's true.
on
Yeah.
YouTube with emotes and all that stuff, I basically can't do it with just one podcast a week. I should have to do a lot more videos, content on YouTube if I want to get to that number, right?
Right.
And to give you guys some extra things to do in chat or in Twitch, I basically emotes. I have sound alerts. I can do stickers, like people can put stickers on the screen, right? Gives a little sound to me. I have a lot of comments where you can just be busy in chat with like getting points or something, right? There's like interactive stuff in there, and I do want to make it a little bit more interactive. I've been thinking about my show a little bit, and I want to change it, but I'll make also a separate video, so don't worry. We'll stop talking about that. We already said it before, and Kali is like our guest. We need to entertain. We need to talk to our guest here. Way more important. Yeah. Um. So yeah, Jedi Survivor. Like Paul's also really fan of Jedi Survivor. Callie. He's actually gonna do live gameplay over on 4GQ TV with the
Assuming it's
podcast.
live for me when we do the show. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's live. Yeah, that depends on clowns, right?
Yeah.
If clowns can make it happen, because
Well, no, depending if the game is live, if the game actually goes live that night instead of the next day, it depends on the when they make it go live for us because every game seems to be different. You know.
yes, yes, yeah, we'll see. Normally it should be alive at midnight, from what I've seen. So we'll see at that time. Um, yeah, Kali, what's your most exciting aspect about the new Jedi game then? Or what?
Honestly, I think the story, just playing an older Cal Kestis, having fighting new Sith Inquisitors and that bounty hunter too. Especially if you don't know too much about the lore, that race that bounty hunter is that Cal's going to be fighting is a very deadly race in the Star Wars universe. They are known killers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't paid that much attention to the videos and stuff. What race is it?
Me neither.
It's I forgot how you pronounce it. I think it's called Agenda.
Oh, okay.
Gendi?
Yeah.
Whatever.
What?
Yeah.
Agenda?
I can't fucking pronounce it.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting race that can actually regenerate their own limbs.
Right.
Wait. You're telling me they can regenerate their own limbs?
Yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. They can also reattach their own limbs together too.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if it's going to be working like that in this game because, to be fair, the last time I've seen that race was in the original Clone Wars TV show, which released back in 2003. And since then, like when Disney bought Star Wars, they kind of threw everything out.
I thought Clone Wars was brought in, wasn't it? Clone Wars is part of the
Well,
canon.
there's two different Clone Wars. There was a Clone Wars made by George Lucas in 2003, and then Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is what Disney brought in.
Okay. Because I was going to say that's why we're getting Thrawn and stuff like that. It's because they brought that into canon.
Yeah,
So,
but not everything was made in canon. The 2003
no,
Clone
no,
Wars,
and trust me, I know. I've read all the old books. So,
Yeah.
So I was one of those people that was bummed that they left a lot of that laying on the floor. Like, oh, that doesn't count anymore. Well, shit. But they are still going through, and like I noticed in The Mandalorian, some of the Moff's names they're using, like Pelion and stuff like that, those are from the old canon.
Oh yeah.
So at least the names are being brought in and the characters, but the backstories and stuff are probably all going to be different. But
no, yeah, definitely.
Of course, if we know we get Thrawn in a few different ways coming up here soon. So
yeah, like they had like 8 plants or something that I've heard, and it all looks to be very interesting. Like,
well, no, what gets me is that it's so big it's not going to fit on a disc. Okay.
yeah, 150 gigs. 150 gigs for a game. This like
for a single player game. Okay.
it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I don't know if it's so real that Cal Kestis is going to reach out and give us a handy or what. I don't know.
Honestly, I saw some people commenting that like if games are going to be getting this big, well, for single player, that we're going to be going back to that 2 discs or 3 discs.
Well, yeah,
era.
I posted a thing, and the question is, how come it hasn't? How come they didn't opt to do that if that's the case? I mean, because LA Noir was 2 disc. There were some other games that were 3 disc that I had. I think one of the Mass Effects was actually 3 disc.
I think the Mass Effect was 4 discs. Mass Effect 3 specifically.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Because I really don't understand, is this a file size issue or is this a game size issue? Is what I don't know. What none of us know yet. Why is it so damn big? It's a single player game.
Well, I have a friend that's kind of speculative that could just be optimization issues.
Yeah, I think so too. That's my first thought. It's file optimization.
Yeah, man, I'm like, so do you think like at least 80 gigs is gonna be like 4K textures though? Because those plants have to be big. It's like 150 gigs.
It's going to have to be.
It better be.
I swear if it's like the same size as the plants were on the other one, on the first one. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm thinking the scope, like this game is the scope of Starfield in my opinion. Like
I don't know. Nothing's
No,
gonna
no,
be the
no.
scope of Starfield.
Yeah, nothing's gonna be the scope of that. But I think of 150 gigs for a single player game. I think in the scope of a whole planet, like 8 whole planets that you can explore. It's not gonna be the case, of course, because it's probably like a linear open world game, right? With some parts will
Well,
open up later on, and
even Fallen Order, even though it was somewhat open. It wasn't truly an open world.
yeah,
It
It was
was
more
open
linear in
world.
the design mostly.
Yeah, it was very linear in its design, even though you looked and felt like it was very open, but because of the way the levels were designed, you couldn't go certain places. You know, it's like
no, there was even like sometimes you couldn't even go back to certain places, and if you forgot a chest or something, a collectible, well, good luck. You'll have to play
Actually,
through the whole
it's
game
kind
again.
of the first game was actually more similar to like God of War
yeah,
in that regard.
Yes,
yep.
yes, but not the second one though. The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the second one was way more open world than everything else. Like I could go to every realm afterwards, and I could really explore. I actually finished that game in 2 days, Kelly, in 1 hour, 1 day and 18 hours. After it came
What
out.
game? Fallen Order?
No, God of War,
Oh, I was gonna say Fallen Order. I
Ragnarok.
spent that much time being lost. Okay, it was like,
Yeah, that. Man, that game. Like I really love the part where you're like in the middle of the game and all of a sudden you get like abducted basically. That was real fun.
yeah.
I was surprised by that, for sure. And I hope there are many surprises in the second one as well. Stuff like that
Yeah.
is really cool, like things you don't expect, like you're just going down path and all. It's like, yep, you got.
Well, what I'm hoping for, and I think they've addressed it other places, but I haven't really looked into it, is that you're not starting from zero with the powers again, like they tend to do with games like this. Okay, you had all those really cool powers at the end of the last game. Yeah, all that's gone for some stupid reason. Now you have to relearn everything.
I
Stop
I
it.
I hope
Just
that's
for
not
the
the
love of God,
case. I
stop
Did
hope
it.
God of
that's
War
not the
Ragnarok
case.
do that? I forgot.
Yeah, they did. Well, they gave you both weapons, but you basically lost like
All
half
your
the
skills.
powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost like half your skills, and you got new ones in exchange, like new ones you hadn't before. It's like, okay, uh, I just earned those in the previous game. This is just a continuation, like half a year or something, or a couple of years after, right? And you're basically saying I lost like half the skills I did back then, but it's the same story. It's just a continuation. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever to just limit the gameplay to that. I mean, even the power, like you're so much weaker than all of a sudden again, it doesn't make sense, to be honest.
Yep.
I think the one thing I will say is that as a Star Wars fan too, I think this game is going to be probably one of the best Star Wars games. Well, a sequel to the first game because
Yeah.
I think Force Unleashed had that potential to be one of the best Star Wars games. Especially probably like Force Unleashed 2. It could have had the potential, but when George Lucas or Lucas Arts was developing it, it just kind of they just dropped the ball with it.
I don't know. For when that game came out, it was considered one of the best. I mean, I still go back to it every once in a while. It's a great game.
Yeah, it is like,
Especially the opening
It's
sequence when you're
good for
walking
what
when
it
you're when you
is.
when you're walking through as Vader and just blowing the shit out of everything. It's like, yeah.
It's good for what it is, but it's really short. That was a problem
Well,
for
yeah.
me.
I mean, yeah. That was also
yeah,
just part of the times of gaming as well. It's
Yeah.
yeah. When
uh,
I went, like, there was this other game I went back to, some time ago. I don't remember the name, but it's like only a couple hours to get to the whole game. It's only a couple different levels, basically. It didn't take that long, but just because they don't have more room space or anything like that. So yeah, it's something like that. There's nothing they can't do. Um, it's not capable back then, Kali.
No, I mean, well, from what I heard from the Force Unleashed 2's development, it was kind of rushed as compared to the first game.
Yes, the second one was rushed. It was horrible. Like I
Yeah.
tried it, and it's like there's this section where you have like not an airplane. What did you say, an airplane? I don't know why I said an airplane. It's a spaceship. But there was a spaceship like attacking you, and the sequence that they used or something, I don't know, man. That's like horrible to play.
Well,
Horrible
well,
to
not to
play.
mention they also reused a lot of same like boss fights.
Yep. Just assets in general, like assets also. Like that's what they mostly do with sequels back in the, like earlier, right? Is just use a lot of assets from the previous games.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it saves time and stuff on development. I mean,
Yeah, it
why
does.
recreate the, if you're gonna like with this game, if they're gonna spend any time on an Imperial ship, they know what it looks like. There's no reason to redraw a lot of that crap. I mean,
Yeah, true. Actually, that is true.
yeah, what I don't like is when there's I forget what game it was. There was one game that we played for a while, and every time you came across a certain building, you knew exactly where the treasures were going to be because they were always in the same spot, in the same rooms, in the same, like, okay, so I got to go up here, go up these stairs, open this door, there it is, boom, done, gone, move, next. And they were only using like 5 different building assets, so they all looked the same. After a while, you start to realize it was very repetitive. It's like, okay, this isn't very fun. Yeah, I think it was. I want to say it might have even been Outriders. Outriders may have been guilty of that. So
Yeah, Outriders was pretty horrible at
oh, I know what it was
launch.
too. I know what it was too. It was Avengers is guilty of that. If you go back and really play Avengers, they certain on certain maps they only have certain building types, and you always knew exactly where stuff was in each building because it was always in the exact same spot.
Yeah, and the switches or the buttons to
Yeah.
push. Yeah,
Yep.
it's always in the same exact spot. I know. Yeah, yeah. The- did you ever play Avengers, Kali?
No, I refuse to touch that game with a 10-foot pole
Wow.
Why?
because the gameplay looked awful, and the Avengers character models look so tacky. Like they want like it looked like Square Enix wanted to imitate the movies.
No, no, they wanted to imitate the books, actually. They wanted to have the look from the books, from the comic books, not from the movie. The movie costumes came afterwards because people were asking and begging them for it.
I don't know. I just like the characters' face models. You kind of look
They
like they were
didn't
trying to
look,
go for.
yeah. No, they really went for a different look. They didn't want to have the look from the movies. Also because they had to pay for the movies then, of course.
I
They had to
think
pay
the
for
exception
license.
was the Wakanda thing was pretty much dead on from the movies, but
Yeah, yeah, the
yeah,
Wakanda stuff
yeah,
was awesome. Oh my
Yeah,
yeah,
god.
but other than that, I also didn't want to touch it because it was live service, and knowing Square Enix's greediness,
yeah.
also didn't want to touch that.
Yeah, now everything's free, by the way, Kali. If you ever want to check the game out now, everything is free. All the costumes, all the takedowns,
Oh,
like
really?
now would be the best stuff to
Yeah,
actually jump in.
that's because they've stopped supporting the game. That's why everything
Yep.
is.
So after September, you will not be able to. I think they're gonna shut down the entire game after that, even. You'll
Well,
be
rip.
able to still play, but there will be no multiplayer anymore. They're gonna shut down the servers in September.
Honestly, that was such ruined potential there. It could have been good.
Yeah, they basically went for the easiest thing in my
I I,
book.
I I think the lesson that they should have learned there is that not every game needs to be turned into a live service.
Yeah, if it was a single player game with co-op aspect, right?
It would have done better.
It would have done way better. The live service, like, oh yeah, every day you have to do this mission, this and this and this, to get some like I hate that stuff so hard, right? Also the battle pass thingies, it was cool. Like they literally, if you earn the battle pass from the 6 characters you got in the beginning, you could actually buy the new ones from the new characters that came out afterwards, right? So it wasn't that you have to buy those. You could basically earn them for free, if you wanted. If you're patient and you don't spend your credits on other stuff that was at the time purchasable, 2 credits, which is now all gone. Like everything's free. So people that actually paid for all the costumes and stuff are, yeah, screwed actually, in my opinion.
Well, didn't they got credits in game back, right? They didn't get money back, but they got
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, they got like credits and stuff. Like even I had like 200,000 credits when I logged in
Right.
after the thing, Paul. 200,000. I could buy a lot of like the costumes, the stuff I didn't have that was purchasable only to like a cosmetic vendor now. There's like this
Right.
cosmetic vendor where there's certain costumes behind like credits paywall basically, which is like a thing you have to earn in game. Quite okay, my opinion. I mean, they're just premium, like cool looking costumes. I can get.
Yep.
Okay, you can still earn them. Yeah, all these live service games. Like, do you think, Kali, that live service games are just like should be? Um, do you think there are too many of them?
You see, you're asking the wrong person here, because I kind of hate live service with a passion. Because I see it
Okay.
as kind of it's kind of gotten to the point, especially with like EA back in the like a few years ago, like these companies would just heavily monetize anything that they would return into a live service. So I just kind of
Mm-hmm.
hated that, especially when it came to Battlefront 2. Mostly Battlefront 2 is where my rage came from
Oh my God,
because
Battlefront 2.
they fucking ruined
Oh.
that.
Yeah,
Mm.
until it got better though. Until it
No,
got
yeah, it
better.
did, but the fact that they ruined it in the first place, it just kind of irked me.
Well,
And
Callie, hold on. You do want to be happy that they ruined it though, because otherwise the cracking on loot boxes wouldn't be the same.
you see though, I mean, if it could okay, so I'm still one that was disappointed after Battlefront 3's cancellation, right? So I still kind of expected that. And when Battlefront 2 decided to just go heavily monetized with the start cards, I was just kind of pissed. But I mean, there's also Call of Duty 2, which heavily monetizes with a lot of stuff that they sell on their I forgot what the store is called. I think it's the black market or whatever, where they just sell a bunch of stuff for heavily expensive prices. Like a red
Yeah.
dot site can be like $5 for some reason.
Yeah, that was outrageous. And then you had like the pink Darth Vader. Do you still remember that they were talking about the pink Darth Vader
Oh
and
yeah,
afterwards
I
people
remember.
made mods to have a pink Darth Vader in the game? I still remember that was so hilarious.
But I mean, don't get me wrong though. I mean, like there are some live service games like Warframe, Destiny, and Fortnite that do monetization good and fair. But a lot of the times,
Real quick, I'm going to be off the mic for a few minutes, but I will be able to hear. So
Okay, Paul.
but yeah, I just think that a lot of the times these companies will just try to go overboard with monetization in these live service type of games. That's why I just don't like it. I kind of just want live service to just kind of go away.
Yeah. I will say though, because one of your favorite games, Warframe, is actually using live service though.
Yeah, but you see, that's kind of a thing where they do it right, where you can earn everything. You don't have to pay a single cent. You can earn everything.
Yeah, it takes a lot of grinding though, correct?
No, no, yeah, but that's part of the fun. If you don't commit to it, you're not going to be able to get the stuff you want.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, and it's free to play, right? It's not like
Yeah,
cost a buck price. Same with a game that I play, Path of Exile. Same thing. Like you play the game for free. Basically, you can get like everything in the game. The only thing you don't have is stash tabs. You have only 4 small stash tabs, and all the stuff you have to pay your extra if you want like better stash tabs and customizable stash tabs or stuff like that. But yeah, overall, like I think it's pretty cool for like free to play games to do that. So I think Warframe is an excellent example of how to do a game right. I played that back in the day a little bit, and I really liked it. Also, Paris, how you doing, man? I already said hi in chat, but I'll say it on the podcast as well. Love to see you. Um, yeah. Oh my God, Warframe. How old is that game now? 10 years? Longer?
ooh, hold on. Let me check Steam real quick.
Well, you could search on Google. I think you can find the development. Like, if you type
The
Warframe, you
game
can
came
see
out back in 2013. Yeah,
the time. So
10 years
10
practically.
years.
Yeah, I still remember when that game first came out.
And Kali, one of the things I love is action RPGs, right? Are you excited for Diablo?
I don't play that.
You don't play
I,
that at all?
I never got into
No?
those type of RPGs.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a new beta weekend coming, do you know? A
Yeah,
free
I know.
beta weekend coming the 12th till the 14th of May, Kali.
Yeah, I've heard.
We have to slam those servers. Literally can't slam server weekend. It's like, okay, that's the most genius name ever because all they want to do is stress those servers as much as possible so people will not have problems at launch. I think it's genius.
Yeah, a lot of games do that nowadays, where they just tell everybody, "Hey, try this game out. We want to test our servers."
Yeah, but they already did 2 beta weekends before,
Yeah.
Kali. This is extra.
Yeah, they don't do it like this. This is actually literally they want you to slam their servers because most beta tests don't test the servers to this extent.
No,
They
they
want
don't.
anybody and everybody in the damn game.
I think they
So
like it's also because they had a lot of backlash with the melee characters and the dungeons and stuff, right? And they changed all that stuff, and it's gonna be live in the game itself. Also, they want people to test those new changes, so they actually like the game. Also, the font has changed. For people that don't like the font in Diablo 4, they have changed the font. But Kali, you should check the game out, man. I'll guide you through. I'll
Uh,
give you some
I
help.
don't know. That game seems like a big commitment to me,
No,
and
it's
I like.
not. It's an action RPG. It only takes a couple hundred hours, you know.
Oh
No, no,
God!
I'm
You see,
joking.
if it wasn't for another game that I already have in mind that I want to kind of spend some time into, I would. But I just don't know. Plus, Diablo has never been something that interests me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 14, 16 is also coming out like a month later. It's
Oh
in
yeah.
July, right?
Yep.
July? Yeah, yeah. I'm buying that game too, by the way. I really want to play a game. Because it reminds me
No,
so much of God
there,
of War. Does it do
there.
to you, Kali?
Uh, I
Guys, hold on. I
I think
need to
it.
show you, right? Go ahead, Kali.
I don't know. I think it's kind of more like a Fallen Order, to be honest.
What's the character name? The demon?
Igfried?
Ifrit. Yeah.
Yeah, Igfried.
Guys, there is this cool like 16. Is this the one? No. Is this the one? 9 days ago. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is insane, guys. There is this thing that they have, right? Where you ooh, this is kind of blurry. Let me see. 1080p. There we go. So yeah, there's this like God of War sequence in my opinion. It reminds me so much of God of War 3. It's insane. Let me see. Like there's this, like you're this giant dude, like demon type thing. I don't know what it is. It's Final Fantasy. Like I don't know the names and stuff. I know it's normally a summon in like the fourth, in the seventh. No, in Final Fantasy 8 or 9, I think. Like you have summons and you have this guy that you can summon. I think you maybe know a little bit more.
Oh, I'm not that big into Final Fantasy lore,
You're not
so
that big?
I'm not too sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
You
but
see,
I should try.
the most Final Fantasy I played was 15, and even then, I didn't get all the way through it.
Yeah, but man, this
Actually, no,
just
I lie. I also did play it through Final Fantasy. What was it? What was that remake that they just released? Uh, Crisis Core. Crisis Core.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the most Final Fantasy I ever got.
Yeah, it's just this, guys. This is the thing that I'm talking about. In the beginning of God of War 3, right? Where
Oh
you
no,
talk
no, we were talking about
wait,
that the scene of Igfried fighting that Titan, right? Or
yeah,
that
the
big
Titan.
old.
Like in the beginning of God of War 3, you do exactly the same thing. You're battling on the side of a Titan. You're going up their back, and then you're going against Poseidon, right? This looks exactly the same, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm sold. I need this game. immediately. Like this is more action packed than any other game these days that I've seen so far. That reminds me just of that God of War play style, the fast action combat. And I'm glad they go into that, man. I'm so glad they go in towards that style of combat because that's just my jam. That and action RPGs. Retro, the family man gamer. How you doing? And for GQTV, how much candy did I have today? Oh my god. Not much. Just a couple of these awesome Xbox Oreo cookies. What do you think, guys? I found them in Belgium. Okay. I'm just joking with that. Yeah. So is that like what's your most interesting aspect about Final Fantasy 16, Kali?
Oh, the fact that you could become that giant beast.
You can become a phoenix and Ifrit, basically.
Yep.
Cool.
You practically could become a god in Final Fantasy now.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Also, guys, if you have any questions for us here on the panel, we do the most random show on the planet. Just ask any questions you want, guys. It's all gonna be great, and we'll talk about it. Like this is the most random show on the planet. We talk about anything from waffles to candy to games to what happened yesterday in the news.
I don't know. I
Not that
think
I follow the
4GQ
news.
TV gives you a run for the money for that. We go all over the place, sir.
What? Well,
And
normally
live
we're
game
strong.
and live gameplay. So
Well, yeah, now we have like gameplay. So actually, that
No, I
was
mean
my plan.
on I'm sorry, on Retro Renegades rather.
Retro Renegades. Yes, yes.
Yeah, where
But
they're just as random over there. We're all over the place.
yeah, so that's actually because I also did my own show because I'm somewhat the
Yeah,
same Paul. But on Retro Renegades, there's still the thing of being retro, right? But we
yeah.
do talk about everything. That's true. Like the guys over at Retro Renegades, the thing is in the description below, guys. Follow those dudes if you want to have a Tuesday evening with beer, talk about anything and everything like we have here, but just a bunch of guys like me and Paul and Graphic God, awesome dude by the way, Infinite and others that are just there drinking beer and having fun. Like a bunch of guys that are like on a bar in a cafe, just drinking some beer
Yeah.
and just talking about everything and everything. And if we need to say something and we can't say it because another person is talking, we just talk over them and we just talk louder until someone shuts
Yeah.
up and then we can say our piece. It's quite fun.
Or if I'm really trying to be heard and I'm not being heard, I just yell, "Shut the fuck up and let me talk." And they
Hmm.
can do that.
Okay.
Sometimes you just got to be forceful.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
When there's 12 people in a chat, everybody wants to talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, shut the fuck up and let me talk here.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah. That's
no,
what we
dude.
sometimes
Seriously,
do,
I've done.
Kali.
Seriously, I have done that. Seriously, I have done
Me
that.
too. Me too. That's how it goes over there. Here I'm a little bit
Yeah.
more polite. It's more of my Flemish ways, right, that I'm bringing to the show. That's why I call it the
Yeah.
Flemish Experience because I'm bringing more how I do the stuff, like how I live my ways in Belgium and just my culture. Right, I try to bring it a little bit back to the people of here that don't know about the Belgian culture, right, or the Flemish culture, which is Flemish actually with an E, not with an A. And I see that Retro actually has a question about Dead Island 2. What's everybody feeling about it? So, Retro, I'll give it first to Paul because he has some awesome points, and I'm gonna just collaborate on that afterwards. Paul,
Well,
floor is
what's
for
his
you.
question? You're acting like I'm actually looking at the
About Dead
stream.
Island 2. What are you thinking about it? How do you feel about it?
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. I really enjoying it. Really, I mean, I'm having fun with the different kills and stuff, and I don't like but the fact that okay, I've gotten to the what is called the first boss, second area, first boss, level 6, pretty much as high as you can go. As far as side missions go, I think I've done everything I can do, so I have to get past this part to move on. and I can't get past this part. There's no accessibility options for level difficulty. There's no accessibility options for some of the controls, and this is one of those. It's very much it's a Souls-like game. It really is. It's a you know to the point even if you die and it resets you, everything you've used or any weapons that are broken, they remain that way. So you either have to go back and find a workbench and fix all this stuff or recollect some things because it does respawn all the stuff you've collected, which can be annoying because it also respawns enemies that you cleared out.
Yeah.
Uh, so I mean, I want to enjoy it. I want to play it, but I don't think it's very much into my future here. I really don't. If the first boss is this difficult for me, I can't see that the later ones are going to get easier or even be the same. This one is she reacts too quick and she moves too fast in a relatively closed area. So yeah, I like I said, I wanted to enjoy it. I was enjoying it up to that point. I was having a lot of fun. But now it's like, okay, now what? Either I get friends to join me and hopefully we can beat it together. Like I asked Flamish, we don't know what happens if we're both fighting this boss and one of us goes down, does it then reset for both of us? In other words, do we both have to survive outright? I don't know.
Mm.
We need to find that out because if the answer is no, then I'm done. And
Yeah.
yeah, if
I
the answer is we both have to survive without dying, I'm done with the game.
Well, Paul, I'll give you already something. I've now a shout unlocked because I'm a certain character. Not all characters have the same ability, apparently. But I have a
Right.
shout that heals me for like 25% of my health.
Oh yeah, I
Which
don't have
is,
that. I
yeah,
don't.
so, yeah, so that really helps my survivability. Also, I use a dodge. I don't use a block button, so I dodge a lot of the time. And that
Right.
makes it a lot easier.
Well,
I
yeah,
also run
if you
away.
can
If
dodge
it's too
the
hard, I
controls
just
though.
run
Yeah,
away.
the controls are a little wacky for me though.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also kick people. If you kick them just once,
Yeah,
they
I know. Yeah,
stagger
I
and
know.
you start smashing their heads in,
Yeah,
basically.
the bride doesn't get a kick. Okay, she just no. She just
For
you get
people,
close.
we're talking about zombies, okay? Not real people. For people to know. And we're gonna smash their heads in, break their arms, cut off their legs, yar!
Yeah.
I
I
had
see
like this
retro.
pirate sword that felt like a pirate from Sea of Thieves.
I see a
Breaking
retro in
zombies.
chat that's saying co-op is pretty forgiving in the game.
Yeah, like I tried co-op today, just 10 minutes, right? But then I got booted out and I couldn't join again, so I had to stop. But co-op seems a lot better, in my opinion. It's three-player co-op, I've heard, so we could even play with three people at the same time. The loot seems to be also separate, so you don't get the same loot as the other person does, from what I've seen, right?
Which is good if you're playing with Flamish because he's a loot goblin, and if you want anything, it needs to be separate. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
that's my
god, he's
next.
one of those.
That's my next emote actually on Twitch as well. I'm gonna put a loot goblin in as an emote on Twitch. It's gonna be so fun.
It better
This
be like
one.
a little goblin just like smirking, just gobbling
Yeah,
up
like
gold.
from Diablo, I'm gonna use the one that they use, like the little pet that they have in actually let me show you guys. This is loot goblin pet Diablo. Let me see, right? If I can find it right here. It's gonna be like this little guy. Um, I'm showing this right here on the screen. It's gonna be like this little guy, guys. This is the guy. I'm gonna use this like as an emote, but maybe a little bit different. Just a little bit more cartoonish, right? But I'm gonna do something like this. It's gonna be a new emote. It's gonna be fun. Especially because it's my yeah, because it's my thing, right? With loot games, I just pick up everything. I hate leaving stuff on the ground. If I can pick it up, no, I need to pick it up. I'll find a way. I'll find a way. Except in Path of Exile, too much stuff. But yeah, I'll add to that as well. Like the game is really fun. It's hard. There's no difficulty slider, so it really makes me hit the brick wall sometimes. I had to stop earlier today when I was playing solo because I just couldn't beat it at a certain point and I was just going ham against the wall basically 4 times. So even with that heal and that shot Paul, that even staggers enemies
So
when I use it.
I take it you passed the bride in your game then?
I what?
You passed the bride, the first boss?
Oh yeah, way past. I'm like level 10.
Okay, now
Um,
you're just way past it. Shut up. All right, I tried for hours. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm the game is not easy, but I guess co-op will change that because you aggro like different people, right? Some zombies will go to him, other zombies will go to you. I like the running mechanic where you run, you don't lose stamina, you kick people like by just drop kicking them basically. It's quite fun
Yeah,
to do.
I'm not that good at that, but I accidentally throw my weapon every time I try to do that. So
And
yeah.
good tip with the game is use different weapons because all weapons have different things. I have a giant wrench. A giant wrench I use to smack people's legs like zombies' legs, and they will just
Oh,
fall over, right?
that's another thing that really bugs me. The weapon breakdown rate is outrageous. I mean, it
For
really
the
is.
white weapons, Paul, yes. For the white weapons, it does, but the green weapons are a lot better. And now I got my first blue, and
Even
it
the
takes
green
long.
weapons are not that great. Yeah, even the
Yeah, it also depends on what mods you have on the weapon. Some mods use more, get
I know.
faster.
Well, I like the electricity mod the best, but yeah, so
Oh,
far.
wait till
Yeah.
later in the game, Paul. You'll change
That's
your
no,
mind.
it's okay. No, there is going to be no later in the game probably for me. This is it. This is
Well, we'll do some co-op first.
Mm,
Let's do some
yeah,
co-op first, and we'll see how the game plays for you. I do want you to enjoy the game. If it's with co-op, we'll do co-op, right? If you have time
yeah.
later today, we can try it.
I probably won't have time later today. I got to get some. Remember, I have a big show coming on Tuesday where I'm actually interviewing somebody about accessibility in the Xbox channel, Xbox Ambassador channel. So I
Okay.
got things to do. So
Ooh, it's gonna be interesting for sure.
yep.
Do sure to leave a comment, a link to that or something so we can share it out,
Well,
right?
it's on the Xbox Ambassador channel on Tuesday. The best way to keep an eye on that is to follow me on Twitter at Cerebral Paul 1. But yeah.
Yes. Hold on. I think I'll put your link. Let me get this real quick. Right? For GKTV. Where is Paul? I'll give your thing right here in chat.
Yep.
There we
Thank you.
go. Look at this beautiful link from Paul. Yeah, follow me over there, guys. If you haven't done yet, he's part of
Yeah,
the ambassador.
because most of my content is on other people's channels. So
Yeah.
go figure.
Mhm. So let's see. As long as one stays alive, can be revived or even respawn. That's really cool. I love
Okay,
that
that's what
aspect.
we didn't know. That's what we didn't know. So
Yeah,
that's helpful. Yeah.
yeah, I need to play co-op for sure then. Should definitely help in the harder sections, Paul. All loot shows up for each player, not always the same either. By the way, I need your opinion on some GT games.
Oh, you're reading my question too, Retro.
Oh, okay.
He's
Uh,
a big GT guy.
oh, he's a GT guy. Oh, he has to be on the show sometime. Jesus. Um, yeah, Retro, if you ever have time, just contact me over on Twitter. And get on the show at some point. Be a guest. Be our guest. Be our guest. Um, I don't know why. This is like the most random stuff. That is the Flamish Experience. Exactly what I meant
Yeah.
with the most random stuff. We can do that. Cool. Hit me up on Twitter or Twitch or Discord or whatever you want. Um, okay. So yeah, okay. I'll just let you talk to him, Kali. If he has no questions, it's a little bit hard to read chat and just do that kind of thing at the same time. Lemon, also, if you're still in chat, why are you not on the show? Come on, man. We need you. It's
He
always
might
cool
be
to have.
recovering from the party he had last night because remember he
Oh
posted.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
saw his stuff. Like he actually has nice. Like I think the first time I saw his club like without people, because it was closed at the time, right? It was actually pretty cool. So yeah. Um. Anything else? Anyone wants to say or do?
No.
I had something I wanted to bring up. I kind of forgot. It's like
Yeah, so
literally have
much
a blank
stuff,
now.
right? Sometimes there's so much stuff going on the show, and then you forgot what you actually wanted to talk about, and it's like, oh yeah, what we're doing, and then
Oh wait, now I remember. Oh
okay,
yeah, there was some sad news. Like uh, like a day or two ago, of
yes,
the developers Ready at Dawn having to lay off a third of their staff.
Oh,
ready
Yeah, so
down, ready down, ready down.
Ready
Let
at
me.
Dawn. They're the developers behind the Order 1886.
Oh, the order.
Yeah,
Ooh, but
they're
that
they're
game wasn't really received well though.
yeah, but they're owned by Oculus now. They were purchased like in 2020, and
Oh
that
yeah.
firing is part of uh a wider spree of trying to lay off 10,000 people.
Wait, they made the original Dexter game and the two God of War PSP titles
Yes,
and
sir.
Okami? Whoa. Oh,
I
oh
think they did.
no.
I think they did a port of Okami.
Um,
I think it was the Wii version.
well, actually, it says that they made Okami. Like, this is the games they
Uh,
worked on.
I think Okami was done by no, not Grasshopper. I think it was
Hold on. Okami game. Let's see who made Okami. Hideo Kamiya and Capcom. Yeah, it's made by Capcom. So it was basically a remake or something, or on another platform. I know there was a
yeah.
HD remake of the game. But yeah, this is cool. Like they made this Formers, a Smash thing. Then they made a couple of
They're
VR
big in
games, I
they're
think.
they're big in VR right now, but
Yeah, I can
yeah.
see that. Echo Combat, like that looked so fun. I could not try it though because I don't have a VR headset anymore. Yeah, I didn't know that. It was actually pretty cool. Like they actually made the God of War games on PSP. I'm
You see
actually
that
really
was a
surprised.
developer there that I think was a miss by Sony to not purchase themselves. The fact that Oculus got to them first.
I think they didn't purchase them because of the Order 66 not doing well. And it only being a 5 hour game that people didn't like because it was too short. But
It could have been, but I think they were still perfect. They still had a good relationship, especially when it came to making the God of War IP.
yeah, they did a phenomenal job on those two games with the story they put behind it. Oh my god, that was actually really good. I would say. Also, like the Order 60 1860s. Oh my god, let me go back for a second. I tongue twister. 1860, 1886. Yes, 1886. Um, so that game was actually like pretty decent. Like for me personally, I love the game. Okay, it was a little bit short, but it was more like a showpiece for the PlayStation um 3. Was it 3 or 4? I think it was 4 at the time. I think it's
It was
like
four. It was
4.
four.
Yeah, yeah. So it was a showpiece for the PlayStation 4 at the time. It was pretty decent, in my opinion. Like, it was not the best title I ever played, but it looked gorgeous when it first came out. It was a people just didn't like that it was so much for such little content. But I mean, it's a 5 hour phenomenal story. I think it's cool.
Well,
Um,
if you actually go and read about the development of the game, you can actually understand why it took them longer to make the actual engine than it did the game.
yeah,
And that
probably it
engine, for
was a
what
new
it was
console.
beautiful.
Was also a new console, so new architecture, new thing to try out. Like, it's always a hell when you make something for the first time on a new thing, right?
Yeah.
I think many developers don't like like switching platforms basically at that point. At least now Xbox is more like PC than ever with the architecture they have, and then PlayStation. I don't know. I think their architecture is still different, right? In
PlayStation? I don't think by much.
Paul, do you know?
no, not really. Yeah, I
Hmm.
don't think they're that different, but
So game was great as a technical showcase, kind of like Uncharted 1. They just didn't get the chance for a second one, like ND did. What is ND though? I don't
Naughty
know what
Dog.
ND.
ND is short for Naughty Dog.
Oh, Naughty Dog with Uncharted. Yeah, Uncharted. Oh my god, that franchise is actually pretty cool. I really like the aspect that you're like Indiana Jones, but then different, right? Not the kind of Indiana Jones. Going with all these puzzles. I really like that he had a little puzzle book as well, where he actually went from puzzle to puzzle. It was actually pretty cool with some set pieces in the middle.
I was more a fan of the multiplayer, not gonna lie. The multiplayer in that game was just fun. I just love the melee combat in that game, especially in 3. You could just mash the square button just to punch enemies constantly.
Really?
Yep.
That sounds so dorky.
I was kind of bad with the gun. I was kind of bad with the guns in that game, but so whenever I would run out of ammo or I wasn't able to actually kill someone by shooting them, I would just go to melee, just run up to them and start punching them.
Oh my god. Yeah. So, if you have to be honest, like the best multiplayer experience you had in a game ever, like let's say a single player game that added the multiplayer mode, right? What game would it be for you, Kali?
Honestly, I'd say GTA. I had the most fun with that with friends, especially.
Okay. GTA 4,
Yeah.
5, I guess.
5.
Yeah. Okay. Paul?
Well,
What's
4
your
was
Probably about the same because I had a friend that's no longer with us that I used to play that a lot with, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not big into multiplayer. I do what I do. I play a little bit of Fortnite with friends as well. But I don't go looking for it necessarily. I'll play it like I played Halo with you guys and stuff. But other than that, I don't do a lot of it. So.
Okay. Sorry, Kali. Do you actually wanted to say something else?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that GTA 4. I mean, it had a multiplayer technically, but it wasn't really you couldn't really do much in it.
No, yeah, it wasn't really multiplayer to be honest, right? It was more like a single player.
It was more like a lobby.
So talking about GTA though, I mean GTA 6. Have you
Oh yeah,
seen that league gameplay that they did? Like the
I
developer test
brother,
stuff.
I saw all the leaks that came out of that. I saw from like all the coding that they did for specific animations. I saw some of the gun shooting that with the police. I saw it all.
How do you think that looked? Like, was that
Oh
like
no, obviously
okay?
that's not final product, so it's not gonna look like
Yeah.
that right like immediately. But knowing Rockstar with their games, they're gonna make it look impressive.
Yeah, they take their time at least.
I
Like
just
some.
the one thing I just kind of fear right now, especially because I'm a GTA Online veteran. I spent a bunch of hours in that game, and their shark card system is way too overpriced. And
Yeah.
GTA Online now is one hell of a grind to try to get anything.
Well, and a lot of people hack the game actually. Like people on
Yeah,
PC, they
that's
just
why,
hack
because
that
it's so
they
much
get
of a grind.
infinite Yeah, but they just have infinite money. They can just go in the game, they go to the casino, pull the lever, make it that it always lands on the top spot. Then just don't do it, and the next time do it again, and just make a bunch of money. They don't even buy shark cards. Like it's insane. Um,
Well,
if you
that's
play
part of
that
the reason
game and
why.
you want cheat, go on PC.
It's because no one wants to do the grind, especially because of how toxic it is. You can't really earn money with how players go after you now.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, you can
So
also do passive mode though.
that
Calculating
doesn't
people
really
can
work.
go.
Yeah, it doesn't really work
What?
in
How does
multiplayer
that not work?
because you can't do specific missions to earn money.
Oh, okay, yeah, the missions, right? But in the overworld, right? When you're between missions, you can turn on passive mode. People can't hurt you.
You could, but that doesn't really do much because when you decide to do a mission, that takes you out of passive mode.
Yeah, true. Then you just enable it again next time you go into overworlds.
Yeah. Uh, Yeah, that's the one thing I kind of fear, especially because Take-Two is doing their own multiplayer type of or live service type of push. I feel like Rockstar is gonna go into that even more with GTA 6's multiplayer.
I honestly I think because 5M is this popular that they have right now, right? That they for sure gonna also think about the RP community a lot more.
I don't know. I mean, we kind of thought that. Well, from what I heard from the Rockstar community is that they were thinking that Red Dead Redemption was going to be the same thing, but after that didn't really turn out as popular as GTA 5, they
Oh,
kind of
of
just
course not.
abandoned it.
Do you know why?
I wasn't too sure why the multiplayer wasn't that popular. I think
It's the Far West. There's not
Eh.
much to do. Like you can say there's much to do in the game, right? But it's basically wasteland where you hunt deer or hunt animals, right? And kill people for sport and do some missions. But it's not really much to do, or there's no. It's too old of a play. How do I say this? It's too much in um. uh, it's not an old game, but it's an old play. Like the game is set in the 1700s, 1600s. I don't know when the Far West was actually. 1800s? No idea.
For which game?
Red Dead
Red Dead
Redemption.
Redemption. When is that set?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it
1800s.
Yeah. So I think GTA has way more potential for RP and stuff, multiplayer, because it's just like there's cars, there's all
No,
this.
no, Red Dead had Red Dead. If they would have kept supporting it, and putting out new content for the multiplayer, would have been fine. Because Red Dead's multiplayer was basically GTA on horseback, which is not a bad thing. You know, I prefer the world of Red Dead than the world of GTA. So
The problem, I mean, GTA 5 wasn't even that great at multiplayer wise at launch.
no,
It didn't get
wasn't.
better till multiple updates.
Yep.
That's what everyone kind of thought like Rockstar would do, but nope. Red Dead Redemption was just wasted potential.
Well, basically, what happened with Red Dead is they pulled all support for Red Dead multiplayer because that was about the time that GTA was doing their the repackaging and the re-releasing of the crap trilogy that they did recently. Whatever it was. So yeah, basically they pulled all their support and they put it all on for GTA. And really, what are we seeing out of it? Not a whole lot.
No,
It's
the
like
only thing we
whatever.
saw were flying cars, flying bikes, a lot of
Yeah.
futuristic stuff that shouldn't belong in GTA, in my opinion. It makes the game more impossible to play when you're new, basically. You just get killed outright by all
Yep.
these futuristic things that you don't even have a chance anymore to kill someone. Which could be fun, but apparently it's, yeah, a thing, yeah. Like I come into the world, I have like one pistol, right? And I see a guy with a minigun.
Yeah.
Like,
That
okay,
sounds like the GTA experience.
Oh,
that's
and God,
that's what
God
GTA
forbid you
Online does.
God forbid you should spawn outside of the hotel when you first come in because you're gonna die. Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
The
Hey,
Probably are
Invader!
best
you're
thing I ever
introduced with an
invested
RPG in
in
the
that
face.
game, because I was playing it for a while. The best thing I ever invested in is I have my own hotel room to spawn into, so I can deal with it that way.
The
Yeah,
best memory for me though with that game was the racing. Racing in that game was so fun, but players are so dirty.
yeah, they are. They are. Um, oh my God! Like, you have no like, they don't make them balanced at all. They don't make them balanced. So when you're a new guy, you have like these cars, and people just have them upgraded, and you can't compete. You can't compete. You literally have to ask if you're playing with friends, like, please use the same stock cars, or let me use the same car as you do, or I will not be able to basically have a chance. It's stupid. I call that stupid. I don't call that
Uh,
fun. Um, Besides that, let's see what the chat says. So, um, game was great as it was technical. That's already said. I like the series, but Gears of War. Gears of War has an excellent multiplayer aspect as well. I can agree to that one. But yeah, that's not for me though. But I do see like the potential of it. Halo, same with Counter Strike, but that's not single player. Um, Boo. Let's see what else. Me and my wife stayed up for days playing it with friends and Burnout Takedown. Oh my god, Burnout. Who loves the Burnout series? Who still remembers the good
Burnout
old
Revenge was my
days?
favorite. Yeah, Burnout Revenge was my
Yes.
favorite.
Yes. You played Burnout, Kali?
Uh, one time because a cousin actually brought it over, and it was actually kind of fun. Uh, Not really my type of racing game, to be honest, but
Okay.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. You see, I'm more of a Midnight Club type of person. That's that's my racing game.
See, and I'm more of a blow shit up on your way through kind of person. So
Yeah, it's just
okay with that.
yeah, I just want to crash every single car. I do
Mhm,
it in all the non-burnout games just because I
mhm.
love it too much. I just so you have to think, right? There's a corner, right? And my car is in the inside lane. I just skid into the other car so they have to go past. I get slowed down so I can just go out the corner, right? And they just get to the wall. That's what I
Yeah,
love
but
about racing games.
I don't know. Midnight Club, you also got abilities that let you just there's like a area of effect type of ability where you can just like knock out any racers around you. It's actually that
Wait,
one's
was
actually pretty fun to use.
an area of effect type ability that knocks out racers? Is that
Yeah,
multiplayer? Is that in multiplayer?
it's a no, it's a single player
Oh,
thing.
oh, okay, single player. Um,
You had like several abilities. That was just one that I prefer to use.
yeah, but the thing like burnout, right? The thing about burnout was like crash people get more boost so you can go faster to crash more people so you get more boost so you can get to the finish as fast as possible. And then on the side, Paul, if I do remember, Paul, does it have not that special mayhem mode or explosion mode where you like throw your car at something and then everything explodes and everything just
Yeah,
crashes?
yeah. If you were like when you were
Let me get some gameplay of that.
if
That's
you
actually
got
pretty
wrecked, it
cool.
would build up an explosion, and you could use you could tap the thumb pad to move yourself in a certain direction, so you take out more cars and stuff. So
The crash mode zone, that was it.
yeah,
Crash mode zone. We're gonna see some a little bit of gameplay, guys. This is crash mode zone.
I actually streamed a little bit of this about a year or so ago. I
Yeah,
actually have the game still.
the
So
quality is a little bit low, guys, but this is basically crash mode zone. It's in German. Ah, Verwertung. Yes. So this is the one. This is where you're gonna crash, and then the funny thing is, like your car could explode and you could move it. That's so weird. I think that was still one of the smartest thing they like. See what he does, and then go to the left, get to the other side, crash the buses, make sure that people run into them. 5,500,000 damage. Whoosh! That
You
was
know,
insane.
you know what game I've actually been playing through again since I've been on my PS3 collecting. I've been playing through MotorStorm, and that game, let's just say, ramming into other vehicles is pretty fun.
Oh my god, the old MotorStorm games, the old
I'm actually
ones.
just specifically, I've actually been playing through Pacific Rift, I think, or it's the third one in the franchise.
Pacific
But
Rim. No,
yeah,
Pacific Rim is a movie.
no,
Pacific Rim is the movie with the giant robots. Wait, what was it again? A Motor Storm.
Apocalypse, I
Uh,
think. Yeah, that's the
Pacific
third one.
Rift. Pacific Rift.
Yeah,
Apocalypse is on PlayStation now. Actually, you can still play that.
I have it physically because I don't like PS Now streaming, but
Okay. Yeah, I actually
but
wanted to play a game, but I love those games. Those games are so cool. Like have the
yeah,
boost and stuff.
the ramming in that game is just so much fun. It's
Yeah.
like whenever you're turning a corner and someone's about to pass you, could just like boop ram them into a corner.
Yeah, yeah. So you love Burnout. Why are you not playing Burnout, Kali? Why did you not play that back in the time if you love that kind of gameplay? Damn
You see, I
you.
didn't know. You said I didn't know about that until later on
You
when
didn't
they
know about
remastered PS.
Burnout?
Yeah, well, you see, I think I told you this before, but I didn't grow up playing that many games at first until like the PS4 gen.
I don't remember, but yeah, yeah. It's
I
been a
think I
while
told
since
you.
we talked though.
Yeah,
It's been a while since we talked, so maybe that's why. Um, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm only joking, Kali. Don't take everything serious, right? Yeah, let's see what the chat says. So the newest Need for Speed is pretty good. Yeah, made by the Burnout devs. Okay, so the new Need for Speed, where you have the animation type stuff on the side of your cars, with like the smoke and the squiggly lines and stuff, is made by the Burnout devs. Okay, but still, like, some people are not fan of that style. I heard. Anyone else heard something about that? No. No.
The new
Okay.
Need for Speed.
Yeah, new Need for Speed.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about it because I'm not.
Are you talking about the anime style that everyone didn't like?
Yes, the anime style.
You see, I kind of actually find that unique. I mean, I never played the game, but I actually, because I didn't have the money for it. I did plan on getting it, but I don't know. I found that game unique because I feel like games like racing games specifically, need to go away from just trying to be realistic and try to be more unique in terms of art style.
Yeah.
Both are good.
Yeah,
Because
both are good.
there are people, entire communities of people that just don't only want realistic racing games. So they need to stay for those people. But at the same time, as someone who doesn't really like racing games, the non-realistic stuff, the arcade stuff, is fun. Actually fun.
So that makes it interesting. Do you think that Forza Horizon, right? Those games come somewhere in the middle between the arcadic and the realistic?
Yes.
Well, because you can adjust them, you can make them as realistic as you want or as arcade as you want within their boundaries. So yeah, it's a little bit of both there. Yeah.
Like, I hate racing, and the fact that to progress in the game, you don't even have to win. It's like, oh, I have to do this race. Great. I don't actually want to do it. Yeah, you don't need to win. You just get more out of
there are certain things if you want to do, you need to win to progress forward.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes,
Not in the actual like.
Or you at least need to be first, second, or third. You need to play.
Yeah, if you need to be third at least, right? Get the bronze medal.
Yeah,
oh no, not medals or anything. Just like as far as like unlocking new areas and stuff like that.
Oh.
No, usually you have to podium to unlock some of those areas.
No, I've unlocked everything.
No. I think she means when you have those special events, right? In Forza Horizon 5. When you have like the jungle in the bottom.
Oh
yeah.
Well, yeah.
You just finish and you get the area basically.
But there are certain things that you need to. Yeah, because I'm in the middle of doing some of that. You need to actually finish first to open up some of it. So if you're okay with not opening up 100%, you're cool. You know.
Yeah. There was this jump in the game that was so infuriating to me. Was with little car, right? And you jumped from a cliff into the water, but I couldn't get past like the threshold where it needed to be because I was just not fast enough, and he wouldn't let me go faster. I'm like,
did you tune the car? Did you get the car tuned?
No, because I didn't know how to do that.
Oh yeah, you can tune a car. You can tune it to someone else's settings because there are people who spend time tuning cars, and so you just pick their tuning, which is what I do because the one time I tuned the car by myself, I messed it up. So I just use someone else's configurations and like call it a day.
Yeah, it's really for people that know how to play, like how to work with cars, basically, because I don't know any of that stuff.
Well, that's what they're there for. That's why you can use your credits to buy their tunes. You just look at how their tunes are set. Do they give you more traction? Do they give you more steering? Do they give you torque? And you figure out which one works best for what you're trying to do.
So if you think about that, right, with the tuning and all stuff, do you think that's the most accessible game that ever came out until now?
Racing game?
No,
that's like is a mix.
General, most accessible game for all people that came out until now.
I wouldn't know that far.
That's like hard to make a statement about because accessibility in terms of what?
Everything. For most people that can play the game. Hell, I see people playing 50 laps, just hold the controller like the trigger down and just drive, and everything drives itself.
Okay, let me explain that because that is a misnomer. Okay,
Okay.
in single player, yes, you can do that. In multiplayer, you cannot because it will time you out if you do not jog the sticks every once in a while. So
Really?
so it is not. It is not the. It makes it easy so everybody can do it thing. In single player, yes. If you really want to be, that way about it, sure. But still not going to guarantee you're going to win every race doing that. Trust me, I know because I actually do it. And when we're playing multiplayer, you cannot do that. You have to be actively, paying attention and moving the sticks every once in a while, or else you get timed out. And it's a very short timeout cycle, by the way. It's like within a minute, it's warning you, and then boom, you're done. So
Oh.
I do not, because people use that to slam on quote accessibility, and they never give the full story. They never fully explain that that doesn't happen in multiplayer. Okay, it doesn't.
Okay. Okay. Also, retro. It's actually really adds to the action on screens. Was just your first too, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I'll wait for that game to go into the EA access so I can just play it for free. I'm not doing the trial stuff because playing a game for 10 hours and then putting it down because you can't play anymore. Because you're forced to purchase. I don't do that kind of stuff. So I'll just wait until the game comes into EA access and be for free with Game Pass.
Sounds like a plan.
What's that sound in the background?
What sound?
I hear all your sound in the background.
What sounds? My game sound or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, do you still hear it?
Yes, never.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, it's wild. I never seen that. I never had that before.
Okay, let me figure this out.
Yeah, get your settings in order. Get your settings in order, Cozy. This is the first time it happened. It's okay. That's why it's called live, guys. That's a live podcast. Stuff like this happens. We have to deal with it. So Kali, are you looking forward to as well the new racing game, the Forza Motorsport one?
I don't really play Forza, so
Are you gonna try it out though from Game Pass?
eh. Honestly, I don't really care for Forza. I'm not like
Why?
for me. I don't really care about a lot of new racing games anymore. The only game that I really did enjoy was the Crew 1,
The
and
Crew?
that's because I enjoyed the customization in it. And
Explain? I never played that game, so I don't know anything about the Crew.
well, the Crew is practically it's about racing through America. You go through. It's not an exact scale of America, of course, but
Yeah,
it's
of
like
course.
you can still go from through every state of America in the game, and you have a bunch of cars that you can race through the mountains, through the desert, through the snow. There's a lot of fields that you can go through, and it's really fun. It kind of gives you a little bit of that Need for Speed feel of going through the streets too. Whenever you're in like big cities, so that's why I kind of enjoyed it. But
Oh.
the crew 2 wasn't as fun to me. I know some
Why?
people enjoyed it, but it
What?
wasn't.
I thought there was also aviation in the second one, right? Like you have
Yeah,
airplanes or something.
it had airplanes in both, but I don't know. You kind of lost. They kind of lost a few aspects that I enjoyed about the first one. Also, later on, they did add cops being able to play as cops too, being able to pull over other players.
Wait,
What?
nothing. I'm just curious. Like, how does that work?
So
Still the
basically,
same.
they have an area where you can actually go to and switch to police vehicles, and they give you specific missions as you use police vehicles to race against other players that aren't police. So I'll give
Oh.
practically the whole objective is to try to pin them into a corner for a certain amount of time, and then you arrest them.
Oh.
That's cool. Okay.
They also had a monster truck mode too, which I actually had fun with that.
Monster truck mode.
Yeah, where you were able to convert any of the streetcars. Well, some of them you can
Monster
convert
truck.
into monster trucks, and they
That
gave you like
actually
these.
sounds fun.
Yeah, they also give you like these ramps too that you can do a lot of parkour with, and just do a lot of stunts. So it was very experimental with that with the first one.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So, well, so you would recommend the first one more than the second one if someone that would be new to the game would play the first one instead of the second one?
yeah,
Or is it also because they just added too much stuff, or did they not flesh it out good enough, or?
it wasn't as fleshed out to me for the second game.
Well, I see that with a lot of games though. Don't you agree, Kelly, that and maybe the other people, also the other people on the panel, of course, like and Curry and Paul, like you can both chime in as well after Kelly. But don't you think that games in general, like the first game, is most of the times, right, is better than actually the sequel?
I mean, it depends on the game and on the release. Like, for me, for the Battlefront games made by EA, I think the first Battlefront game was pretty fun compared to the second game until the second game started updating more. But of course, that was just over time. But for me, I just preferred the first one way more early on. And when they changed stuff around and it didn't feel the same, it just wasn't as fun. So there are a few games that are like that.
Okay, Paul, Cozy, anyone? Ooh, I'm gonna put you a little bit lower. That's a little bit.
Oh, I'm too loud. I see how it is.
Yes.
Am I echoing?
No, you're not echoing. You're just pretty loud. I can't change that thing.
I don't know why I'm
Give
so
me
loud.
my thing to track.
I mean, I'm
Damn
loud,
you.
but I don't know why I'm so loud.
Yes. Okay. Let me just. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna put you a little bit louder. Say something.
Something.
Okay, way better. Yes, I'm just looking at the levels and I saw you go into the red. So
It might just be the kind of games I play as well.
No, it's fine. It was the mic. Like we're just going a little bit louder. But now it's fine. Now it's fine, Cozy. So tell us, what were you gonna say?
I guess it might also be the types of games that you play. Or it's like, oh,
Yeah.
the second one isn't like I don't really usually play types of games that either have a sequel or have that sort of issue.
Okay. Okay. Paul, do you want to say about that?
Not really. I mean, yeah, because I was never I never really got into that franchise, so I did understand that the second one didn't do near as good as the first one. A lot of people really prefer the first one to any of the sequels. So if I were to go that route, I would suggest they start with the first one based on what I know, basically. But it wouldn't be based on firsthand knowledge. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, you know what game I could also say that follows that Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2. If you were a fan of the RPG mechanics in Mass Effect 1, you wouldn't really be as big of a fan of the changes they did to Mass Effect 2, because that became more of an action game.
Yeah, I played all three of them relatively recently with the remaster.
Yeah, but they changed a lot.
Dude, I played the originals when they came out too, but they didn't change some of the basic mechanics from 1 to 2, because those changes are still there. I actually like 1 in some ways better than 2. What I didn't care for was the whole, they did what we kind of talked about earlier. You could carry on your settings from the previous game, but really you could choose not to. You could choose to rebuild from the ground up and be something totally different. To me, that kind of took away from the realism of the game. It should just say, hey, if you're going to do that, this is what you were in the first game. This is what you are in the second game. You can't go from being an engineer to a ballet dancer just because you choose to.
Well, then that would ruin it for the audience, because you have to depend on people picking up all 3 games. What if someone's just like,
well, no. It was always a choice to carry your character over.
I know.
When you started the second or third game, it said,
but what if
hey,
you don't start with the first game?
And then they don't give you the choice. The system actually would go through it looked at your save files and said, hey, you have a previous character. Do you want to carry that
So
character
what's
over?
wrong with giving people options that they want?
You're not listening to what I'm saying. To me, it pulled me out to say, okay, you carried your character over, but what do you want to be? Because that meant carrying the character over didn't mean anything.
So you want that option taken away?
That's
all I can understand.
No,
that's not
I
what
want
he's saying.
if they say you're going to carry your character over, then do that. Carry the character over. Don't say, okay, you carried your character over, but but what class do you want to be anyway?
But what if someone wants to do that? Change their class.
Then don't carry your character over.
Hold on.
But what if they want to keep their saves and not play the other game?
Well, what good?
Cozy.
What are you at? What are you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is you always have the option.
Guys,
who cares?
Guys,
if you haven't played the other game, you're not going to get those options.
No, hold on. If they give you the option to carry your character over, the option.
My
right,
problem is the option was the option was meaningless because it did nothing to the game.
I get what he's saying, but I disagree because I think you can pick the same class. Then just pick the same class. That's all I'm saying.
Because if someone wants because you weren't actually carrying your character over again. You didn't. It didn't actually affect your gameplay at all.
Sure.
Okay. It didn't affect the game at all, whether you said you did or you didn't.
That was it's like about the story though, carrying your character over.
No.
You can always just pick the same class if you're like, I want the same class.
Because when you carried your character over, it also went through and said, okay, what choice did you make for this? What choice did you make for that? Even if that information was there.
Because some people might not have liked every little thing they did. So instead of just being like, hey, let's just do all this, they give them the option in the second game to not play the first game.
Then why give them the first option at all? Then why give them the first option at all?
It's a streamlined process so that you can carry your stuff over.
You couldn't carry it, but what I'm telling you is it didn't carry over. Go do it. It doesn't carry anything over. There's nothing you do in the first or second game that carries over to the third game. Nothing.
I will argue there are a few choices in the first game that do carry over. Like if you're able to save one of the Asari from I forgot what planet it was. It was from when you fight that Thorian
that's
creature.
The other thing. It is even if you made the choice to carry over, you had to remember what you may have done 4 or 5 or 6 years ago. Think about that.
Yeah, when the game came out, yeah, that's true. Like you had to remember all those decisions, right?
Yeah, which meant it's a cool mechanic if they do it to its end to its logical conclusion. But it's a meaningless mechanic if you have to remember, okay, did I let this guy die or did I let this girl die?
Do you remember? Do you remember, Paul, in The Witcher 3 when I played till past the tutorial. The tutorial is away, right? It's a long while in the game, in my opinion. Then you talk to this one guy that gives you like a synopsis of what did you do in the previous game. Like, I don't know. I played that game 10 years ago. How the hell do I know what I did? It's like so fun. So funny that they do that, and it's like, like I'm gonna remember a 10-year-old game what I did back then. But I couldn't really finish that game, so I do not really talk about The Witcher. Even though it's a great game. It's a great game, but just not for me. Which is a damn shame because it's a really good RPG, but okay.
That's one of the games I own the most and have never played. Like, I own that game literally on every platform, and I've never played it.
Wow.
Yeah, for me, that's Diablo, but I played the fuck out of that one, so...
I mean, there are games I own a lot that I've played, but people just kept giving me The Witcher, and I was like, I'm not gonna play it.
Like,
yeah.
Witcher for Switch, Witcher for PC, Witcher for PlayStation.
Yes, yes, actually.
Have you ever played it yet? Cozy!
Not yet. I'm never going to play it. I have no interest in it.
So PK.
Hey, thank you. Okay, you know what? I'm kind of glad you said that, Cozy, because I tried it on PC. I could not get into it whatsoever. All I got through was the tutorial.
Yeah, the tutorial is long though, Kali. If you play tutorial, it's like a couple hours until you kill like the Phoenix thingy.
Yeah.
The giant monster, and they go into the giant city, and that's actually where the tutorial ends. After you go to the giant city, that's where it ends, guys. That's where, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can't continue. I tried, but it's too much. Some games are too much, in my opinion. There's too much going on, too much that you have to do, no guideline where to go. There's somewhat of a guideline, right? There's a giant quest like line, but it's very open wide, like in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I think the game is the same. Um, like the new Assassin's Creed games. But I did like Odyssey for one reason that I still don't know why, but it's like one of the greatest action Assassin's Creed games ever released, in my opinion. Which is weird, but okay.
Wait, which one?
Odyssey.
Uh,
Odyssey was phenomenal. Phenomenal. And I don't know why. And I don't know why. I just can't fathom if I don't like The Witcher, but I do like Odyssey. It's basically almost the same thing. Just a little bit different.
are they almost the same thing? That could
Well,
be...
you have skills. You have things you have to customize your character with. You have gear pieces that you can upgrade and stuff. You have quest lines. You have things to slay. Legendary beasts in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like that, there's a lot of
I'm sorry. I don't know what that was.
I remind myself of Bruce Almighty for a second, where I'm the news reporter, right? And he's like, okay.
That's one of those cases where I think the sequel's better.
Is mad at Paul. Paul, why do you think PK is mad at you?
I have no idea. He's always mad at me. I was in a party the other night when he kept inviting me. I was already in a party playing a game. So if that's why he's mad at me, sorry.
Okay. Well, I have no idea. Like, Kali, what are you? What's tournaments?
Oh, it's because me and PK like to talk some Yu-Gi-Oh, and that is a type of card that's just been released in the new Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
You won't understand Yu-Gi-Oh talk.
Well, I know Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I played back in the day when I was watching the series, but the series.
You probably only know it because of the anime.
What? No, Kali, I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh. I had the cards when I was a kid, and I also played the game. Like I even played not the losses, but the previous game, right? So I played a little bit with the 5DX and all the extra stuff and the summons and the XYZ and all the weird stuff, right? I'm like, what the hell is all this stuff? Like, no, can we not play the actual normal Yu-Gi-Oh? Right?
That is
like
the normal Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, it's not the normal Yu-Gi-Oh. No, Yu-Gi-Oh is just 4,000 life points and
no,
summon.
That's the anime. That's not even the right way to play. You filthy casual.
Kali, that's why I love. That's why I loved Yu-Gi-Oh. Right? When you have 4,000 life points, and you can summon any monster you want without sacrificing and do all that kind of stuff. That was fun.
You disgust me, Flamish. You're a filthy casual.
I know.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I know. I'm filthy casual about that game. PK is probably gonna be mad at me for that. But no, yeah, okay. So the summoning mechanic, right, where you sacrifice people, was actually okay. Okay, Kali, I will say that. Like it did balance the game more, but that's it. Like the second season where you had like the tournament, right, with all the people having the god cards and stuff that Yugi was going for. That was the most fun that the game was. After that, it became too much, in my opinion. But that's me. I think that the story was solid for that series until after Yami went back to his thing. That's where it ended for me.
Casual. It kind of pains me how casual you are, Flamish.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, yes. In other games, no. Don't talk about me being casual in Diablo. Or
you're a Diablo casual.
Oh, cozy. Oh, cozy. Do you even play? Do you even play Diablo or any action RPG?
I'm too fancy for that.
You're too fancy. How can you call me
Diablo?
How do you call me a
Diablo.
casual if you don't even try it?
But you don't have to try a game to not play it, to be like, I'm not playing that.
How do you know
Sorry.
you're not liking something if you don't try it?
Well, I tried Diablo 3 and I absolutely did not like that.
But Diablo 3 is not as good as Diablo 2.
I know.
And especially not as good as Diablo 4.
Diablo 2 is peak. In fact, Diablo 2, I
Mm.
had like thousands and thousands of hours and
Well,
on my MacBook.
so are
It
you
was
gonna
like the
try Diablo
only game I
4?
had on my MacBook.
Are you gonna do Diablo 4, Cozy?
Maybe.
You know
Not
there's
at the
no
price.
beta weekend. There's no beta weekend in 2 weeks.
I look at it like this. I don't want to. I'm not paying like $60, $70 for any game. So I'll try it once it's like $30 on sale.
Well, yeah, maybe ask for your birthday then.
My birthday already happened.
Well, wait for next year.
By next year, it'll probably be
Build
that
cheaper.
sweet-
Maybe be
yeah.
Game Pass if the deal goes through. I mean, we don't know.
I mean, I don't mind buying games, but like
It
not
is
$30.
expensive. It is expensive. I can give you that. Like
Cheap.
the Final Fantasy game is gonna cost me $80 to
See?
just buy. Cali,
I-
$80 for Final Fantasy 16.
I'm not paying $80.
I am. Because I'm a schmuck. I need to have that game. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about that because PK don't want me to talk about that. So,
Aw.
I'm sorry, PK, that I brought it up again. Sorry. Oh damn! It's already almost 10 Oh, it's almost time. Jesus, time is gonna fly. It's flying. It's like having these little wings and just fly away. Like time doesn't. Oh Jesus. Well, anyone want to say something else on their mind? Something they
I'm
wanna
just
talk
glad I made it before this ended. I had to take the local route, so I had to go pick up my car, but my car was like 30 minutes away. So I had 30 minutes to get there, 30 minutes to get back.
Ooh.
And so like yeah, and I left early, but the problem was first of all, the first Uber, I guess they didn't realize what area I was talking about and they canceled. Like they made me wait and then canceled.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's so annoying. I was like, oh, come on, really? But then I finally got there and then I had to get gas and then come back. But then there was like a big accident, I guess, and so I had to take
You
the
have to
local
drive
route back.
around and it's like
Yeah.
and then get home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's annoying. Oh my god, jeez. I that reminds me, I had this one time that I was on the road, right? And it was raining. It was pouring. It was pouring. And the whole street was flooded. And to get to the other side, I literally had to drive 10 minutes in a giant, it was just one lane basically, like a farmer's road. And I had to drive for 10 minutes to get to the other side. It was weird. It's so annoying.
Yep.
Oh man, I still remember like the day of yesterday. And there was a police officer saying like you can't go there. Oh yeah, okay.
You should have fought him.
Why would I fight a police officer?
So you can end up on the news.
In Belgium? In Belgium you don't end up in the news if you fight a police officer.
You don't? I'm not talking about you die or anything. I'm just talking about like, oh, look at this idiot who fought the police.
No, that doesn't happen. We don't do that here.
You don't, because you don't fight the police, right?
No, we are friendly.
So then that's why you'd end up on the news.
No.
Fine then.
It wouldn't even be covered because it's not important.
What?
Cozy, we just don't do it. There is no news. The only thing would happen if the police officer would be stabbed, right? We don't have guns here in Belgium, basically, so it would just be stabbed. Like
No,
that,
I'm
that
not.
would come out.
Wait, what? The police officer would be stabbed?
Well, if the police officer would be stabbed, that would come on the news. But if we fight him and we go to basically jail for like a couple hours, right, or something, because
So you cool off?
yeah, to cool off, like nothing would happen. It wouldn't even touch the news. Only the big stuff touch the news. When someone gets murdered, touch the news. But
here I thought England had a big stabbing problem. Huh.
Yeah, we don't. We don't have. We have violence. Okay, don't get me wrong. Belgium has violence, but just a
It's
lot less violent.
instead of guns, it's more stabby.
Not even here. Like there's just verbal. We don't fight that much in Belgium. Maybe with football, I do want to say like soccer, basically in Belgium. That's worse. Yeah, that's bad. But
I've seen the way your kind does with football.
like soccer, cozy. Football is
What?
different.
Wait, what's the
Football.
difference between football and...
We
That's-
say
that's what it
football.
is.
You say soccer.
And I was accommodating you by saying football.
Yeah.
Soccer
thanks.
is the real football.
Yeah, soccer is a real football. Yeah, correct. Kali is correct. 100%.
No, I know. That's what I was saying. I was accommodating you by saying football.
Yeah, but my mind get confused because you guys say
Oh.
football for football, which is rugby. That I know. Like I say rugby, but rugby is in the UK sport, which is different than football, and football is different for you guys than soccer, and soccer. So it makes it all fucked up.
I always just say sports ball and call it a day.
Sports ball.
Which I guess
Well, we're gonna play sports ball. What is sports ball? Oh, it's rugby, it's football, and thing.
it's
all
like
in
whatever
one.
the person is talking about at that moment. Like I knew, like at my coworkers would sometimes be like talking about the game, and I didn't know specifically what game they were
Sports
talking
ball.
about watching. So I'd be like, "How did your favorite team do in the sports ball game that happened?"
Well, it's actually really smart though because they would not really hassle you because they know what they're talking about. That's so smart. Sports ball. I'm gonna remember that one. So Rocket League. So someone's talking about Rocket League and you're all of a sudden like, hey, how's sports ball? I'm gonna test that out.
I actually played Rocket League. Not gonna lie.
Oh no, Kelly, I'm so
I actually was
bad.
I actually got into gold. I tried to get higher than that, but I just couldn't progress out of gold.
Gold. That's even
Yeah.
better than me, to be honest.
Well, were you bronze?
I never actually used rank. So I don't even know my rank.
You need to get good. Rank up.
But I don't even fly my car. Like, people fly their cars in the game and just basically
easy.
fly towards the ball. I don't understand why. It's a football game. Stay on the ground. Do a jump, but don't fly.
That's what adds to the stunts.
It's so hard.
It's not that hard.
It is. It is. For me, at least.
Maybe
But do
you're
you
just
play-
getting too old for gaming, Flamish. Maybe
No. I'm getting too old for sports games. Yes, but not for action RPGs. I will never be old for action RPGs. Never. Never.
What? You will.
I will never be old for that.
You will, though.
No, I will not.
You're gonna be like that. Like you're gonna be like that grandma.
I will say
You're gonna be like that grandma who plays Skyrim on YouTube.
So I'm basically I'm like the guy from how do you call him? Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, like here, and I got the white stripe here, right? Soon I'll have like giant white stripes instead.
And then you just have to cosplay him.
Actually, not a bad idea, but I do not have the. I could.
You get it.
But I'm not gonna wear spandex like a full thing. That.
Why not? Why not? What's wrong with that?
It's cold.
I do not want to see Flamish and spandex. No. No.
No. Come
No.
on,
Mm-mm.
Flamish, be bold.
No.
Bold. I'll be bold at my birthday stream, guys. I need to tell you about something before we end the show, but I'll do that off. I'll do that at the end of the show. Plugging myself, it's awesome. No. So we're at the end of the show. It's 5 minutes before the time, but I do wanna make sure. I do want to say first of all, Callie, awesome to have you, man. Awesome to have you. It was a great show. I loved it. I loved it so much. But yeah, I want to know a little bit more about you. Where can people find you?
You guys can find me on my own channel at calirex and my Twitter handle calirex01 and my Twitch calirex01 too.
012? Or
No, just
01
01. It's just 01.
Yeah, actually, everything is in the description below as well, guys. I put it there for you to enjoy. Callie, any more things to say? Things in the future? Projects?
Well, Well, currently I am going to school, so my upload hasn't been as consistent as I would like in my live streaming, but I do plan on putting out some stuff out there this year. So I don't want to leave it a complete wasteland right now. And I do plan on trying to start up a Twitch soon because I kind of left that dead, so there's no real traction there. But I will be streaming on there eventually, hopefully this year actually. And because of Flamish, I do have to correct some stuff too. So yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, Kali, that was my fault. Like this one thing that I saw, like
curse you in your white mode usage.
White mode in Twitch, guys. It's awesome, but
Ew.
don't forget.
Ew.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, right?
Hold on,
Ew.
That's an
hold on.
abomination. In fact,
I'm bringing it up at the moment for you, so you can actually see what I meant by it. So
dark mode needs to be default, and I'm upset that it isn't
when you're
on
on dark mode, everything's fine, right? You go to his channel, you check his info, right? You see like the nice white stuff, right? It's nice and beautiful, but oh lord, when you go into white mode means you can't read stuff. So he has to change it a little bit, like put some shadow under the letters, but it's a small thing, right, Kali? It's like done in a jiffy. It doesn't take that long, especially with Photoshop. Just turn an extra effect on, put some shadow under it, and done, right?
Yep. That's basically all I did. But yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool, man. We'll hope to get you back at some point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope you enjoyed your time on the show.
It's always a fun time to be on here.
Yeah, it's on the Flamish Experience. So fun. Cozy, you came a little bit late, but I hope you had a fun time for the small.
I did. I'm sorry, I was so late. It was just like
It's
I had
not
to
your
pick up that
fault.
car, but my car is running again. So guess what? I will have more time again.
Ooh, that's good. And where can people find you, Cozy?
All right, you can find me Thursdays on 4GQ TV. Fridays on on bull sitting with Hamathy and Loke. And then on Sundays you can find me here on the Flamish Experience. And you can always find me at Cozy Beluga on Twitch and Twitter and yeah.
Okay. Anything else to share with us? Things in the future?
Nope. Oh, next week I will have something. Be on the lookout.
Ooh, okay. Maybe I already have the scoop for that, but we'll see. I'm interested to know what's going on, Cozy.
Wait. Let me check. Let me make sure.
Okay. Yes?
Yeah. Next week, yeah.
We'll check it out. Maybe next week on the show,
next
right?
week.
We'll know a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, will we get a van premiere about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So next week, guys, you have to come back because Cozy has an announcement. And she'll be telling that on the show first. You have it first on the Flamish Experience then. Paul! My good buddy Paul Cerebral from the Ambassadors Program. Xbox. Tell the people where they can find you, Paul.
All over the place. Okay, so again, Cerebral Paul on Cerebral Paul 1 on Twitter, Cerebral Paul on Twitch. I have my own program on the Xbox Ambassador channel, Gaming Differently with Cerebral Paul. That's Monday mornings, 10 a.m. Pacific. On Tuesday, though, we're having a special show at 1 p.m. Pacific for accessibility in gaming. We're talking about Iconfell and one of the systems they have in Iconfell for accessibility that have been added, and we're talking to the person behind that system. Okay. And they will be joining us for a special stream, and we'll be taking questions from the audience. You'll be watching me play live while I discuss it with her and also talk about the games they have upcoming that also use the same system. What it is, it's an early warning system for those that may get anxious playing games that have things that may startle you. So this kind of gives you a heads up. It does fall under accessibility. It's an interesting accessibility option. And there are certain games that I could certainly use it, so I'm not jumping out of my chair. But so then later on Tuesday, you can find me on, of course, the Retro Renegades. On Wednesdays, I believe we're starting back up with the Backlog Bastards. On Thursdays, I have 4GQ TV, and on Fridays, I have whatever show it was on. I was on last night that I'm also now a part of the panel that I can't remember the name of the show. Hang on a second. Oh, joy, I'm doing way too much. Way too much. Busy.
It's okay, Paul.
Uh,
Just take your time. We'll wait.
I know, no, no, I've just got to look it up here. Hang on. Order of Disorder. That's right, on Doomsayers Network.
Disorder. Interesting.
So
What's that show about?
it's another gaming show with and just more people to talk to, and you know they like me because I talk back. No, that's it.
Well, that's Paul. I mean, we know that
yeah.
you have you always say what's
Yeah,
on your mind, and you always
yeah,
But
yep.
that's cool. That's why
So
that's
yeah,
why I love you,
I'm a
man.
busy person right now. I'm trying to keep busy. It's either that or just go to sleep forever. So you know, whatever. So there you go. So yeah, I'm a busy person. Like I said, easiest way to keep up with me is on my Twitter accounts or even phone one, and then that's it.
Okay, so guys, it was an awesome show. I do want to thank every single person for watching. Also want to say that you can find me over on Twitch under the name Flamish Boy. Of course, have me here on Flamish. I will be making a video why I'm gonna start doing everything on Twitch from now on. This show
Aw.
will also be on Twitch. Yeah, Cozy, I will tell you after the show why. But I will make a separate video for that, guys. So be on lookout for that. But please watch me over on Twitch, Flamish Boy. Okay, Flamish Boy. Besides that, I have something announcement to do myself. Guys, I have this awesome birthday stream coming up the 3rd and 4th of May over on Twitch as well with two awesome creators from Holland, from Amsterdam. Amsterdam, what am I saying? From the Netherlands. We are gonna do a cooking. We are gonna do cooking stream. We're gonna drink some beer. We're gonna do all kinds of challenges. We're gonna game a little bit. It's gonna be cool, right? It's gonna be the 3rd and 4th of May. The hour will be announced soon. But this is like I'm really excited for this. This is for my birthday, which is actually the 1st of May. But because I can't do the 1st of May because I have other stuff going on with family members, I will be doing that the 3rd and 4th of May. So it's gonna be cool. I hope to all see you there. We will also talk about that a little bit more next week. But yeah, guys, I will say I'll see you all next week over on Twitch. It's gonna be awesome, and I will have more in store soon. See you guys. Have fun. Bye.
Later, taters.
Bye.